Too late. I went this way.
No! It's not fair.
All right, welcome back to New Playbook, everyone, for some Star Wars D&D. Before we begin, we have an announcement from the magnificent Xander.
Hello everyone, this is Xander the Magnificent from the Nerdy Playbook, Campaign 3, Echoes of Bahamut. Thank you for tuning in to the Nerdy Playbook. We are a group of cosplayers who decided to start streaming our D&D campaign sessions. If you love drama, action, and comedy, this is the perfect D&D session for you. Today I'm here to tell you about the Nerdy Playbook's fundraising efforts for April. We are raising funds for a local community service project based in Rock County, located in Wisconsin, called Shaping Young Minds, Building Early Learning Communities. This includes the introduction of pop-up play centers at community establishments, installing communication prompts at local grocery stores and coffee shops, and aiding in the launch of these developmental tools. Pop-up play centers offers the opportunity for caregivers and youth to build communication and play skills with each other. This is through toys, activities, and additional resources will be provided and will consist of 5 different activity stations for families to play and engage while encouraging early brain development through sensory activities, critical thinking games, communication prompts, collaboration, and active play. 85% of a child's brain development occurs during the first 3 years of life, so please join us in supporting kindergarten readiness throughout Rock County. Thank you for all your generosity supporting this community service project. You can follow the Shaping Young Minds, Building Early Learning Communities, and the links below and all around for ways to support this effort. We appreciate all your support of the Nerdy Playbook and our channel, and we'll see you in the game. Thank you so much, and have a great day.
Some tights.
And we are back. So, I just want to make sure all audio is working per usual. Okay. What am I hearing? Oh, hey, music is playing even though I told it not to play. Okay, interesting. Fun.
Woo!
Okay. So, last we left off, the team themselves had a rough going speaking to the senator, not really coming to the common ground, and you all basically being told that the completion of the work that was promised will go through as planned, but you will no longer be welcome after the time is done for it. Throughout the process, with the unfortunate disposing of a body, it was requested very peacefully that the only one that they've been having a good, solid negotiation word with was Margani. Believing that this truly isn't Margani's fault, but claiming with some proof that that this person died after you guys made it to the Exalted ship, and that whoever this person is that died did not die peacefully. Going through most of the words that Margani is going with, eventually it kind of comes into a impasse. Senator wants answers, and he's kind of holding back some of his soldiers from taking law into their own hands. But he knows this isn't actually Margani's fault, but he does truly believe that someone else on the ship is to blame for it, and he needs to claim somebody. The last time we played, I took just a little... we're going to go back a few turns. So, as you offer some knowledge to him, you explain some things in a price for... I believe you were trying to get... What were you trying to get from him before you actually truly gave him the data pad?
I just want to have collateral in the sense that he does not keep his word. To know he will keep his word and let us shimmy on out of here after 3 days.
Well, I don't know what I could necessarily give you, to show that I am what I say I am. If you have something in mind, I'm all ears.
Does he have any... Damn it, I gotta get back in the headspace. Is he anything wealthy on him?
Does he what?
Jewelry.
Yeah, he's pretty
Watch.
covered in jewelry. He's got some thick, like what looks like gold, like 3 gold bracelets on each arm. He's got a pretty, not like thick, but a very long, extravagant necklace with what looks like a pendant that might represent his specific planet that he's a senator of. And then he specifically has what looks almost kind of like a wrap of like a gold band that goes around, and then it kind of like stops on the right side of the lobe, but then it actually goes down and actually hugs around the left ear. And it looks like it's more specifically for kind of like design than actual purpose. Outside of that, unless you actually looked inside his pockets, that's what you see.
You know my history. You know where I've been. Told you about it earlier. So, I guess I'm just trying to make sure that, I have your trust, and I do appreciate your word. But I've been wronged a little bit too much in my past, so if I had a tangible sign of your trust that I could bestow back to you once we're ready to get out of here, I'll hand over the pad.
He ponders for a little bit. You can definitely tell looking around, since I'm sure you're not always just staring directly at him, that a couple of soldiers, not specifically the main ones, but some of the more beatnik soldiers, seem a little bit like, the fuck, just arrest her. As he kind of like steps up, he kind of takes like the back of his cloaking, kind of puts his arms between his back and his cloak, and he's just kind of doing like the very elegant kind of walk, and he's kind of like all right, tell you what, you assure me investigation's complete. As he lifts open like part of his side cloak, and he pulls out what looks like, gotta make sure I phrase this correctly. He pulls out what looks like a simple staff that is no longer than the elbow to the wrist. Kind of like, almost kind of like the size of kind of like a pharaoh's staff, kind of like that, that's kind of collapsed inwards. And it has a similar symbol at the end that is matching his pendant. Now this is the best I can do. As he just places it on a table right in front of you, and he steps back about 5 feet. Without this, I can't represent my planet in court. This allows me to be judge, jury. Without it, it is me without my gavel, so to speak. You want trust? I will allow you to borrow it. To you, it is nothing. Mere weighted gold. I'm not saying I couldn't get one another time in the future, but it'd be quite difficult for myself. It would look quite poorly on me. So, this is what I have to offer. I know it's not much, but I feel like it's weight is less in its physical and more about its symbolism.
She'll lean forward and she'll put the data pad in its place and pick it up and kind of just spin it around delicately.
Okay. And you like turn it towards him, or?
I just turn it, just like looking it over.
Okay. So, the information that's currently on the data pad that he has provided has a few pieces. They don't actually have like the full legitimate name of the person who is actually dead, but they do have his rank and some information about him. He has been a captain throughout both the Sith War and the Republic War. To put it in specific timeline, before the current war ended, the previous one, before that was the Sith War. 200 years before that was the Republic War. He is a human. This would put him at roughly about 450 years old. They did notice that he probably has slowed aging due to some kind of genetic markers that were given to him, and he has been shown interior burns in his blood from cryofreezing. Outside of that, they're able to notice that the markings that killed him are all measured within a day's worth of time. And they all do resort to what 75% of it puts to as what they would consider torture. Whether that's torture by your standards or someone else's, they consider it torture. He looks at you. Tell you what. Take the data pad. Take the staff. I will continue repairing the outside of your ship. "24 hours. Your ship is not complete yet. It's not even close. 24 hours. I will continue work on the exterior of the ship, and will leave you all alone within the sanctity of your ship. You stay within. You don't leave. We don't go in. 24 hours. At that point, we expect information in 2 counts. 1. Specifically the reason why I stayed here. Whatever information that you have added to what you've already provided to me, I would like to be provided forthright, without complication. 2. I'm allowing you to make your own investigation on your own. Upon this time, if you do not give us a correct solution to that, or something that unfortunately we do not find satisfactory itself, we'll take it from there. But I promise you, as long as you do not leave, you do not leave your ship does not leave the bay, and no other problems occur, all good.
So he doesn't want our data pad?
He's assuming that you're not willing to give it to him yet, so he's...
Oh, I was putting it down when I was putting that data pad down when I picked up the thingy.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right. All right.
I was offering trade.
Gotcha. Okay. So he picks up the data pad, and then he doesn't even bother looking it over. He just passes it over to one of the soldiers, and he just mentions, I'll have our force wielder check it over, along with a couple of my best soldiers. The deal still stands. 24 hours. any more information you have to provide, along with the... Sorry, that's a weird sound I deserve. Hang on a second. My wife just made a weird sound upstairs, and I'm hoping she's okay. Give me 1 second, guys.
You're good. Take the data pad and run. Have we just been left unattended on our stream?
Ruh-roh.
Exceptional! Hey, stream!
Hey, guys.
For those of you that weren't here last night or haven't been following our social medias, coming up next week, I believe it is, on Thursday, right? No, 2 weeks from now? The 11th? I don't know. April something.
Yeah.
Hang on, I will find out.
All right.
I believe that's next Thursday.
Is it next Thursday? I'll double check that. Yeah, next
I
Thursday, the
think so.
11th. The Nerdy Playbook will be at 5 Bar up in Wisconsin. So if you're in the lower Wisconsin, northern Illinois region, come on out and see us fight a big bad. Something with maybe multiple personality things, but see us battle it out while you all drink and have a good time and be merry. So, and our
Yes.
DM's back.
And give some patronage. We have a partnership with the owner, Levi. He owns 5 Bar, and eventually, coming up Halloween time, we'll be doing some sessions there. So if you're in northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, it is a fun time even just to go there for drinks.
I didn't tell them the name of the city.
What's that?
I forgot to tell them the name of the city.
Beloit, Wisconsin.
Hey,
Southern Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Up there.
All right. So,
nice.
So if you have 24 hours, unless you have any other questions for me or anything else you want to bring to my attention, I would kindly ask you to please return to your ship. And if there's anything that you all require between 24 hours, we will have a dockmaster nearby. Request some information from him. I hope this is a proper solution that is to your liking.
Like I said, I'm just here to answer any questions you have and hopefully come to an amicable solution, so...
I would
I'll
not
keep this
want to
with
put you
me.
in a situation where you would feel... Let's just leave it there. As he just gestures onward as the soldiers open a path for you to walk back out.
I take his shiny stick with me and I leave.
As you're about to go out of sight, he's just like, and Margani, if by any chance you figure out anything at all, it's better for one person to take the blame than the whole crew. As he goes back and sits down.
I will see what I can find out for you,
Thank
Senator.
Okay. So, as you're escorted back to the ship, not like obtrusively, but they're just making sure that you are not going to do anything else on your way there. You do make your way back as you see some of the ships that are like docked nearby. They've kind of moved them out of the way to make sure that there's like no reason for any kind of foul play that anybody's trying to blame you for. No nearby ships that are trying to do anything to accuse you of anything. So they're trying to do everything fairly. Yes.
There is something that I would like to be doing while Margani's talking to the senator,
Okay.
if possible.
All right.
Oh, are we good? Just I'll wait.
No, you're all good.
Okay. When Margani left, I would like to, since I think, what was it, Nidak and Shotgun and I were in the cockpit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe Corin was working on the ship at that time. He is gonna kind of like look out of the cockpit and see what ships were around Because I know there was a bunch of like small fighters and other small starships around
Are you
us.
specifically inquiring which ones just got moved out of your way, or the ones that are still nearby after they got moved?
The ones that are still nearby, anything that would have a hyperdrive.
Okay, so after some ships were moved to make sure there's no nearby ships to you, the ships that are closest to you are roughly about 20 feet away from the actual nose of the ship where you actually are right now. There's everything from what looks like similar to like TIE fighters that are old like Imperial style. You have what looks almost kind of like A-wings that are there. Most of them are simple fighters that might not necessarily have their own built-in hyperdrive, but you do see in the distance that there are hyper rings that are kind of loaded up against the wall that are kind of almost hanging up like on a docking bay. The only one that you can see that really you could guarantee has a hyperdrive is a similar ship to yours. There's like what looks like a small cruiser, maybe half a size bigger than yours itself, and it's kind of mounted up like a Volta droid on the ceiling. The style of it actually looks like it actually has kind of like a almost like two drives on each side of the ship, allowing it to actually be less about speed but more or less for longer distance of hyperdrive, maybe meant for an outer rim kind of ship.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna turn to Shotgun and Nidak and just be like, I'm covered in grease. I'm gonna go to my cabin for a minute and try to clean up. Just keep an eye out. Wait for Margani to get back. I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay.
At this time, Shotgun, you probably would have, because enough time would have passed, you would have finally been able to get a way to upload the AI into the actual ship's console itself. I can't remember what I called her. I had a very specific name, so I wasn't stealing any of the AI names. I had something. Bear with me for a hot minute.
It's okay. I may have the name, but I have to look for it. But I know Quorum has more, so.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, got it.
Okay. I'm gonna actually make my way down to my cabin and start like sticking my shit in a bag real fast, and then I'm gonna pull out a couple data pads.
Okay.
And I am going to write 4 notes, one for each member of the crew, and a 4th note.
Okay.
And I'm going to leave those in my bunk room.
Okay.
And then I'm going to make my way to the exit ramp because you said that there wasn't any guards near our ship last I knew. So is there anybody towards our exit ramp?
Not right now, because I would assume that Margani's not quite there yet, so no one's currently at the
Okay.
ramp.
I would like to stealth, and I'm going to make my way. Is there a way to get to that ship that was on the ceiling?
Yeah, so you would have to actually like take like a set of stairs that like go against the wall. It's about 3 levels high, but there's like then it's like a cross bridge and then like another step up, kind of like that. So you can give me a stealth check.
You guys want me to succeed tonight? Okay. Hang on. That is a 27.
Okay.
Very sneaky.
So moving your way through, you occasionally have to like stop. It's gonna take you some time because this is a well-crossed kind of area, and it's not like it's a huge path where you can like, you got to move out of the way to make sure no one sees you, as you occasionally have to hide in certain corners, and it takes you about a minute. I'd say like you actually see when Margani's returning, and you're not even quite to the ship quite yet. But you are still stealthing your way up to the top, and with it, you're not going to get caught, but it's just taking you some time. As you eventually get to the top floor, and you find like this almost like an exposed sky bridge, and it's meant for any kind of ships that are docked at the top floor. As you can see, this thing might be docked up here specifically because its entrance is actually more on the top of the ship instead of the sides of the ship, and it has like this ramp that actually leads up there, and you can actually get to the top of the ship yourself and no one sees you.
Okay, I want to get inside the ship.
Okay, it is not locked.
Okay, I make my way to the cockpit.
Okay, it is currently empty.
I am going to see if it starts.
Okay, Give me a piloting check or pilot check.
Oh, no, I'm terrible at those. That is a 19.
Okay. You can easily tell that you can turn it on. Do you want to turn it on?
Can I get the systems moving enough to tell that it does have a hyperdrive and it will work?
Yes, you can get the interior systems on. You can tell that there's a hyperdrive that is completely functional on the inside of it.
Then, and is it like grav locked down to the ceiling, or will it release?
You assume it's a bit of both. You assume that maybe with enough, it's grav locked in, but not strong enough that the ship couldn't pull itself away if necessary.
Copy that. I'm going to turn the space key, and I'm going to gun it out of there.
Okay. All right. So, okay. So you turn on the yield space key, and you
push the button.
Yep. You turn on the power, and you immediately kind of floor it as it just immediately starts like yanking, and you can kind of hear like almost like tree like starting to snap as the tension goes on. As like you guys who's in the ship right now, and Margani, you would have just gotten the ship before you hear anything. You hear like metal tension above you, and you start hearing a bunch of people, who the fuck's in the ship up there? As you just like, the tension starts going, and eventually you just kind of like go so far as eventually when it lets go, you just immediately start taking off right out through the actual, and the doors aren't closed. Like it only has like an actual, like a ray shield wall on it that just keeps the airflow inside, so you're able to pass through without a problem.
Perfect. I start hitting the nav computer to get somewhere, and I will jump out as fast as I can.
Like you're just gonna leave hyper. Oh, okay, cool. So you just put on the nav computer. Roll me a d20.
Like, God. Joe's like, well, wait.
16.
16. I do have a chart for
Or just
nav.
a straight roll.
Okay, yeah, because I got a chart for nav. Okay.
Bet you weren't expecting that this early in.
I honestly, with this campaign, I don't know what to expect. Bear with me for a second because I do not want to forget that. Where the fuck is my cheat sheet for the maps? Or for the, not maps, the planets. Alright, well, I'm just going to write down your number right now because it wouldn't be instantaneous.
Sure, that's fine.
Alright, we'll come back to that. So immediately, like, some people go out, and no one actually knows who's inside the ship. It looks like, based off of what you guys can all tell, obviously, Corum, you don't know if they discovered it or not, but from the rest of you listening in, everybody now is on a complete focus on who not only stole the vessel, but where the fuck are they going? Margani,
Does that happen around here often?
Like, as soon as, like, you're being, like, dropped off at the ship, they're just like, alright, stay in your ship, we got other things to take care of, just stay here. And then they immediately, like, run off and start, like, speaking to all, like, the other dock workers and start, like, doing investigations, be like, alright, what the fuck?
Since we're still in the cockpit,
Yeah.
Since we're still in the cockpit, can I, like, when I had heard the pairing of the holding apparatus, could I have gone to the window?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's like directly. It's not directly above, but it's like a certain spot where you could see like partial of the ship, and like you start like as it's like, you can only see really the bottom of the ship, but as it's like slowly moving, much like I said, like a tree is an analogy of breaking off, pieces of bark is coming off. So you're seeing like pieces of like metal and different kind of cords starting to fall on the ground. But since it's so large, it's like smashing down other ships in the process. And then as you look, you just see eventually it just shatter, and like part of the actual hull, part of the hull is still attached to like part of like still the connecting rod, but it's just not connected to the actual hangar anymore. So it's kind of like flying off with like all these wires hanging out and pieces of metal just flying off in the hyperstream field.
Like a gas line just flying by in the car.
Someone's making a mess.
By all intents and
At least
purposes,
it's not one
Quorum.
of us.
By all intents and purposes, Quorum, without giving too much information about the ship, it is in perfect condition, fully
Not anymore.
fueled, and the hyperdrive is in perfect condition with actually exceptional shields. The only thing is it's not great for weaponry. It looks like this is more or less like a... I'd say at first glance you assume this is actually the Senator's vessel.
I was gonna say, I hope it's his vessel.
You little shit.
You little shit.
I wasn't hoping it was, but I had a feeling.
Okay. All right. So as that's going on, while I'm looking up my planet thing. All right. So you guys are all together. Morgana, you're back with the group. The sound wasn't loud enough for the younglings or Nora or anybody like that to hear it as they're in the hangar bay. But since most of you are closer to the actual cockpit, the sound is not as muffled as it would be in the hangar bay. So you all could hear it clear as day. Not only is, but Nidek is also like peering up in the windshield, face up right into it, kind of looking right up.
What do you mean someone's making mess?
I mean, someone just hijacked the ship and tore the rigging all to shit. At least it wasn't one of us this time.
I walk in, twirling the staff like a baton. And I'm just like, I told you there's trouble going on out here. Yeah, you're welcome. Saving your asses. It seems they're distracted with something else for now, though.
Quorum should probably see this.
Is he not here?
Yeah, he's taking a nap or a shower or shit or whatever.
Of course. Alright, I'll go get him. I'll go to Quorum's room.
Okay. Would the door have been closed, Quorum?
Oh no, he left it open, and there's 4 data pads sitting on his bed.
Okay, so yeah, you just
Each with one of their names, and it's one that says "To the Exalted."
Oh fuck. Okay. Okay, so yeah, you go in there and immediately see these data pads.
I see an open door with 4 data pads on the desk, or what? The desk or the bed?
The bed.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
And I go, I swear. I'll walk in. I'm gonna read all of them.
You can only read their DNA locked.
Oh, okay,
Except
so
for
you
the
can only read
Exalted.
your own.
Oh, you shit. I wanted to be a
Of course.
sleuth. Can I read the Exalted and mine then?
The Exalted one is there. You can read yours. I am actually going to send you.
Oh, man.
Shit. Okay, it's getting fucking weird.
Hold on.
I know I had a feeling he's been planning.
Let him cook.
Damn, I wanted to read everyone else's
shit.
Let him cook.
And bye. Let's see. You need Mark.
I certainly
okay.
am gonna
Which
try
one do you
to at
read
least
first? Which one do you read first?
Exalted.
All right, stand
I
by.
care more about that
Okay, I got the map.
than your
so-
petty opinions of me,
I
which
got
I
the
probably
It's
can
the
already
map.
guess.
It's the map.
So-
It's
so-
the map.
Just real quick before I forget, Quorum, while you're in there and you start putting stuff in the nav computer, you notice that as you quick lock in, you're in the direction for Yevon 4.
Marg, your to your Discord. I sent you a message.
God, fucking secretive and everything. Shit. All right.
I mean to read the Exalted out
her to
loud.
read it.
I'll read. Do you want me to read it out loud?
You can do whatever you want with this.
Your
All
note.
right. For the chat.
I gave you the other one too.
I'll read the To the Exalted. I, Quorum, admit to the death of the captain. He is a terrible person and deserved what happened. The captain would not give up the information to help explain the horrible things that were happening on that ship. Do not hold anything against the other members of the Raven's Maw, and you can add ship theft to my list of misdeeds. To Marg, what can I say? I guess all those bounties were right, and I'm a scoundrel. Sorry you weren't able to collect on me, but hey, who knows? Maybe we'll get another chance. Sorry to put you all in this position with my actions. Hopefully they'll let you all go. Keep an eye on the kid, will you? She needs someone with experience to guide her.
See, as Quorum though, like I assume you mean Shotgun, but you could also mean the ship. So I don't know, like if which one it would be.
But in regards to what? The kid?
Yeah.
Oh no, the kid's shocking.
Okay. I don't know if you love the ship so much. Like, well, I had named my ship, Child Ravenmaw.
Her insight check means shotgun.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
I'm just gonna rub my head, rub my temples, and be like, "You piece of shit."
I really don't know what I'm gonna
Enough.
do. I don't know how I can do. I got nothing for this.
Being the
I'm
DM.
gonna break my data pad, the one addressed to me,
Okay.
shove it in a drawer. And then I will take the other 3 to the cockpit and hand them each the data pad and be like, "Well, guess he left."
Oh,
What?
I hand them data pads and be like, "See for yourself. Always had a feeling."
I open mine.
okay.
It's in your messages.
Okay.
Since-
If I can navigate my
I
damn
love it,
phone.
Are you gonna read yours out loud?
Let me finish reading through it and then I will.
That's my move.
I don't know if Nidek wants to do anything in the meantime.
I was about to read mine too.
Yeah, you get yours too,
Okay.
Nidek.
Do you? I was gonna say, Margani, do you want to give us a heads up on the letter, the data pad for the Exalted as we're pouring through ours? Since you already read it.
Oh, I'm holding it up. And I was gonna say, took credit for the captain and a few other things he's done.
Man, Crumb's a mess of emotions. Last episode, he's sitting and holding Shotgun's hand. Now he's just feeling like deuces, yo.
No, wait for them to read theirs first before I continue.
Shotgun's message. Shotgun, firstly, I want you to know you are a great person. I'm sorry to leave, but I needed to. I want you to know that I'm not that great of a person. I've done things in my past that will forever haunt me, this being one of them. I let my anger get the best of me and have put you all in jeopardy. I'm leaving because I won't put this on you all. Take care of the maw, she is yours now. And don't let those ropes push you around. You are a knight and have earned it. Fine. She's just... Oh. Hold on. I'm gonna just lower it, and kind of just look out the window, where I presume the ship has kind of left already.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. What did he say to you all?
I don't know. Didn't leave me one.
Inside check.
Double that order.
Fuck you.
All right, so Shotgun, you can do it with advantage then, if you want to give assistance. Nidek.
Assisted.
Okay, so I'm rolling twice.
Correct.
You're fucked.
Peer into her soul.
24.
20.
Okay, so what you got?
Right, because Corum wouldn't leave you out like that.
He would. Because I've been hunting him. This whole time.
Yeah, I'm aware.
He knew, of course. That's probably why I left.
So he starts laughing when I hear Margani say that. But before I get into that, I'm gonna read my thing out loud. Nidak, I'm sorry to have lost my cool. I wish we could have gotten more information out of the captain. I hope that you can leave with no trouble based on what I did. I hope that one day you find the Sith and Jedi you are looking for. Don't let the galaxy make you feel you need to be one or the other. You keep being the line and holding your place. Help the kid and make sure she makes better decisions than I do. You're a good person. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Direct Sith mode.
He wouldn't have, obviously, I've read it, so the stream knows, but he would not have read it in front of them. But he would have laughed when he heard Margani say that. And he would have stood up and crushed the data pad and just looked at her. If you believe that, you're a much bigger fool than I thought. And he's gonna just leave and go to the cargo bay, the opposite cargo bay that the younglings were in.
Got it. Okay, yeah, perfect.
I'll look at Shotgun, just be like, at the end of the day, I'm not the one that left you here. And I'm gonna go. I'll leave. And I'll go to the door.
Immediately
Ramp.
shut the door.
I'll go to the ramp. And I'll hand them the data pad for them.
Okay.
And I'll say, well, I got that extra information he wanted. Kind of, jumped out. I hand him the data pad. When he's ready to meet again, let me know. I'm handing this to the guard. At
Oh,
the
you're
ramp.
heading to the guard. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Sorry. I missed that part. So you're giving him which data pad? The Exalted one?
Mhm.
Okay. He doesn't bother looking at it, and he just immediately starts moving his way back over to whoever he's supposed to report to. You're not quite sure. But if you follow him with your eyes, it looks like he starts leaving the hangar bay. So whoever he has to report to is not someone in the hangar bay.
I'll watch him till he goes out of sight. And
And
then I'll
what'd you say to him
close the door.
specifically? I missed it.
Guess I got that information faster than he wanted.
Okay, got it. All right, yeah. You see eventually he looks like he's heading in the direction where you were when you met the senator. Then he goes out of sight.
I'll wait for them to come find us.
Okay.
I'll go back in.
Okay. Do you close the...
I sent the message to
hangar?
you directly, Joe, too, so you have it.
Oh, shit.
The Exalted one that Mar just gave you.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, got it. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Okay.
I'll go find Nidak first. Oh, what? So you got a heart all of a sudden?
Oh, shoot. I did not mean to do that.
I would have said it. I would say as she walks in and he's in a cargo bay, he is like full-blown shadow sparring with his lightsaber, but every time he makes a swipe with the lightsaber, it's with a different side of blade, so it's constantly flashing red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. And then he hears her and stops. Like always, I try to find the truth in the matter, no matter how uncomfortable it makes anyone feel. He'll turn towards her. Or I'll turn towards her.
And what's the truth in the matter I'm missing? That he's a good person? He's been wanted this whole time for killing people. Somebody important, at least. Not that I care. And he just up and left all of us. So you're really gonna tell me that he has a good heart after all, just because he wrote you some sweet words on a data pad before he snuck out and left?
Good person? Who said anything about that? Are you a good person? Am I a good person? Who's to even judge that? What? This senator? The Jedi? Who judges who is a good person? But what I do know is loyalty. And to my eyes, he ran to keep us safe. Even though we, admittedly, are not good people. And admittedly, he is not a good person. That's something to me.
Ran to keep us safe? I had this handled. We could have been out of here in 3 days. He up and left because he got caught doing something yet again that he was gonna get caught for. And he left. It doesn't surprise me. But I know him better than all of y'all, at least. Apparently.
Why? Because you hunt him?
You gotta think like your target if you're gonna catch him. I've known about his whereabouts for a little bit, at least. In person, y'all have known him for as long as I have. And what, because he shared some sweet, kissy, cute moments with y'all? That you know him better than me? You might see it as him saving us. I see it as him saving his ass.
Well, suppose there's one way to find out which one of those it is. You say you've hunted him long enough to know how he thinks. Let's hunt him and find out. Ask him ourselves. And if it is as you think, feel, whatever, I'll be the first one to help you cash in. But if it's not, you owe him a hug.
I guess I'm trying to just wrap my mind around what the hell he said to you to make you think he's anyone worth talking to or saving at this point.
Too bad the data pads were DNA locked, huh? I'm sure that was one of your first thoughts.
You can hand it to me and I can read it for myself. But trust me when I say I know what manipulation looks like. He's pretty good at it.
Okay. So what do you suggest then? You want to... I would love to know which one it is. And it, as I said, if it is as you say, you played us, all I asked for before we turn him in, he doesn't need all his parts for the bounty. He can lose a leg or an arm. So
I'm fine with hunting him down. Oh, we are gonna find him. But I'm gonna get my money on that bounty.
If he is the one who stole the ship, we could get paid to hunt him. Even more so than your bounty. Perhaps the senator would appreciate his ship back.
Well, there's gonna be 2 bounties on him now at least. Why not get paid for both?
This all sounds well and good, but You know the proverbial lightsaber in the machinery problem. The kid.
Maybe you should go talk to her. You know, all that force sensitive shit and all.
Yeah, maybe. I will. And I'll start to walk out over my shoulder. Oh, by the way, your secret stash is in the second-hand drawer, third row down in my room. And I'll start walking off.
Asshole. I go get it.
I'll get to the cockpit door and see it's closed. I'll knock.
Just to go back like a minute or two, Shotgun has locked the door. I don't think I can do this in the first person, so I'm sorry. My acting's not that good. But she is straight up sobbing. She's gonna immediately focus her attention on the AI and repairing the ship, and trying to drown herself in that work.
Okay, give me a technology check to finish up your process.
19.
Okay. Having the cockpit yourself, and unfortunately, this will benefit you, that quorum's not in the way, you're able to get full reign of the area as you start going through, and you take your time alone to do whatever you need to do to get this thing installed. It's not going to take you too long, but it's not going to be immediate.
She's just gonna keep working on that until, I guess she hears the knock on the door.
I'd say, just for a little clarification, you did find a way to put the data chip inside that holds, or that houses the AI.
Okay.
Right now, it's kind of like uploading. So once the uploading's done, she's fully integrated into the ship.
Gotcha. So just waiting for that at that point.
Yeah.
Does Nightack say anything, or?
I like knock. Shotgun.
What do you
that.
want?
And he'll put his back to the door and slide down. Kid, I'm no quorum, but you don't need to go through this alone.
Did Mog put you up to this?
He talked to me first, yes. But that's not why I'm really here.
I am a Jedi. It's my duty to walk this world alone.
Yeah, that's what my master used to tell me too. And to abandon all connections. And to trust only in the Force and the Order. That all sounds good and well when you're sitting in a temple meditating. But it's a lot fucking harder when you lose someone you care for. I know. I stand up. Take your time. Don't. I'm here if you need me, but as I said, I'm not that little blue ray of sunshine, so I won't press the matter, but at some point we all need to talk and figure out what's next.
Nidak, give me a wisdom check.
Oh boy.
I'd say in this case with advantage.
Ooh, okay. $18.
Okay. Shotgun, give me a wisdom check as well.
Uh, 12.
Nidak, maybe this is new for you. Maybe it's something similar to what you felt before. But instead of going into rage, you are going to help others. It's a feeling that you have not expressed or have really taken in some time. As you decide to pull back from any rage or anything that has been kind of grabbing at you for some time, you decide to push in to help someone that might not even think that they need it right now. It's much like a master and an apprentice, but on even a more flat parallel bond. Even with the doors separating you, there's a connection that you both have. Spiritual, that both of you feel more a sense of just a sense within the force that you have not had without your master since some time. In a time that when you need it, you find it within friends, with each other. A bond that you've not had in some time.
Open the door, Shotgun.
I'll kind of stumble to get up and go unlock it.
Okay.
And the door slides open, and you just see that her face is just completely soaked in tears. He said he was going to be here.
I know.
So much has gone wrong the last few days, and I don't know what to do. And I'm not going to put up with whatever she throws at me. If she wants to be a cranky old bitch, then she can be so. But I have Padawans to look after.
come. I'm gonna like walk past Shocking a little bit and put my hand on her shoulder. Let's talk. And he's gonna like move to the center and like kneel down, kind of like at least in his mind in the temple. That's how the Jedi talk, like face to face, very like meditative. You have become a knight. Something that for such a long time I dreamt of. It is all I ever dreamt of. And one day to be a master. And then I realized hard truths that were forced upon me and jaded me and made me a wrathful man. And on that journey, I have done terrible things. With a smile on my face. And I have seen the ugly of the galaxy and the beauty and the balance in between. I know you have the younglings to protect, but I'm no longer a Jedi, and I feel we have a duty to find Corum. Now, before you get too overjoyed, I think Corum left keep us, and especially you, safe. I don't think he trusted Margani to get us out of the situation, so he took it upon himself. Our esteemed shipmate seems to think he cut and run, left us high and dry. I don't like loose ends or unfinished tales. I want to know which one it is. So I say we find him. And is Shaken standing, or what position are they in right now?
I think right now should probably be standing. Just because trying to sit and then have to get back up with a great arm is.
I stand up, take a couple steps towards her, and while Corum is gone, someone has to keep you safe. I'll try my best. And he's gonna like awkwardly, he's gonna try, but it's like hard, like the DM said, it's been a while with these feelings and connection, like awkwardly try and give her a hug. How do we find him? And I think it's time we talk with the Marcani and we all make sure we're in agreement with the next course of action. Unless your duty to the order and the younglings. If you truly believe you have to walk alone with no connections, then this is the perfect opportunity for you to, so to speak, walk the walk. Orum's gone. Your connection's gone. You do what the order says is best for us. Or you think and you feel. Choice is yours. It always is.
I can't talk to Morgani right now. Because all she's ever going to do is treat me like a kid. I barely know what's going on in the last 24 hours, and in the 2 minutes that she's spoken to me in that entire time, she has degraded me, and I can't. I won't.
You don't have to. You take time. I understand. But those outside of our order, out of the ways of what we are, can't comprehend the things that we've seen. The things you've seen in your short years. The horrors of war, to kill or be killed. To her, as you're a kid playing an adult's game. I do not say that it is right. I don't know. I understand, but at some point, she, as much as anything else on this ship, will be, if we do choose to go after Corum, will be a valuable asset.
And she better learn to be a team player.
We'll shoot for the stars, but baby steps, but I agree, hear you.
I'm going to work on repairing the ship. There's still much to be done. If Morgani wants to be useful, she can get started there. And maybe while she's about it, she can think of an apology. Maybe then I'll speak to her. In the meantime, that will be my only concern. If you need me, I'll be in here.
Okay. I'll walk out and go find Morgani.
So Marg has one, stolen her stash bag. And then two, changed out of her evening attire and put back on her armor. In this time, with everything going on, has anyone reached out to the ship yet since she's given over the data pad?
Not yet. Not as much time has passed as you might think. It's maybe only been like 30 minutes at most.
Okay. Then I will be lowering the ramp and waiting at the end of the ramp for someone to see if someone's gonna come in that time.
Okay. Got it. You do see, like, as one left, there's like another like a dock worker. He's like standing on guard, but he's just making sure he's got like a line of sight. something I can help you out with, ma'am?
Just waiting to see if my message has been delivered.
Oh,
I can go up there and see if it's been delivered myself, but time is of the essence.
well, I think you're supposed to stay in the ship.
Well, if you want my services, maybe y'all should hustle.
Well, I've been told to stay here. Right here.
What, you want to do, play sabacc or something?
Not real good. I'm just gonna stay right here. You stay right there.
I'll stay right here.
Okay.
But if y'all go, blah. But if the senator wants his ship back, she'll probably talk to me real quick.
You notice during all this, like, it's really loud. You gotta kind of speak up so he can hear you, because, like, also, like, maintaining the ceiling itself from, like, falling apart, as it also, like, cracked more than just, like, the actual housing. It also kind of, like, ripped through some of the ceiling, and it's actually kind of got through some of the wires. So, like, constantly, like, maintain it to make sure that the ray shields don't go down, along with a lot of ships being crushed by a bunch of these pieces that, like, it is so loud in there. It's like working in, like, the most complex factory, that there's, like, so many things that are running at this point. I'd say maybe, like, in 5 minutes, you start to see a squad of maybe 10, more like 8, coming in your direction, coming from the direction of where the soldier went originally. These are all wearing full armor, including helm. Immediately as they start coming in your direction, five of them immediately cut off. 2 of those 5 fly up to the ceiling with their jump packs, while the others start kind of like, almost like these are like the police of the area, and they're trying to, like, all right, this has gone too far, we need to figure out what the shit's going on. While the other 5 are starting to come up, and you start to see a spread around as you see that they're covering around the senator. They're starting to come around you, as it looks like they're trying to make sure that in case that this was some kind of assassination step or something like that, that he is protected. As he makes his way to you, he does not look happy. He has a data pad in his hand.
I don't look happy either.
Okay. As immediately 2 of the soldiers with them go behind the ship to not like to interfere, but they're just like watching to make sure that no one on the ship takes off either. As they looks like they take like what looks like a cable that's attached to the actual flooring and attach it to the actual one of the engines. And then the other one, like 2 of them go into the front, and they just like use a jump pack to land on top of the actual like windows. As he just comes by with another soldier. Well, it wasn't
I think
you.
I found your culprit.
Indeed. Where is he?
Well, he's in your ship right now. But I can get it back for you.
He's the one who stole the ship?
Seems so. While we, didn't have our sights on him for a little bit, he chose to duck and run.
As immediately the soldier just looks back at him, well, with his helmet on, just like, sir, what do you want us to do? Do you want us to track him? He puts his fingers up. So you're saying to me the 2 major headaches that I have right now that are even more annoying than dealing with the court are made by one person.
Unfortunately so, and I don't think you're the only headache he's caused. I've been keeping tabs on him for a little bit, thought I could get a bit closer, maybe find a way to bring him in kindly, but he's caused a lot of problems throughout the galaxy, and apparently you are just now another one on the list. But if you'd like to give me time and help me fix up this ship, he's first on mine.
I would like to help you. I really would. But from what I understand, he's the pilot of your group. If he wants to get away from you, he's probably well far gone. What makes you think
He's
you
not
can
the
find
only
him?
one that can fly a ship in this group.
You can
And if it
assure
is
me.
your ship, and you happen to have tracking coordinates on it, would help me that much faster to track him down and bring him down.
He immediately yells over to the ones in the back that are watching the maintenance crew. How long till the ship's repaired? It's hard to say, sir. We could get it operational. How long until it's fully repaired? 2 days? Can you make it any faster? If we're able to pull apart some other ships, we could get it done in a day.
Not
looks at you.
ideal, but
He looks at you. Alright. You'll get the ship repaired. Give you upgrades to that ship to be able to track him. We have several conditions that are required. First off,
alright.
we need him brought back alive. No killing. 2. Looks back at all of them. This will be in the service of the Exalted. We'll pay you for your services upon return. But like I said, we do not hire contractors out. If you're to do this and you're doing it from our service, you're now employed by us. So far, so good?
Sure.
Alright. Lastly, as much as I trust you, many of them don't. I'm going to send one with you.
Alright.
Alright. As he passes the data pad over to one of his soldiers. That being said, I guess it's fair to say that you don't have to stay within the ship's ground. Pull pieces from other ships, get it upgraded, and get it all taken care of in a day. It's probably going to be easier for us to do this if you guys are not in the ship during the process. By all means, you can still stay in there if you need to be, but it's going to be better if we do upgrades without obstacles.
I have one question. Actually, circling back.
Alright.
You see, this individual is wanted more than just here. In fact, he has a quite large bounty on another planet. You bring your person with us. He sees that he's turned in on that planet. I can collect the bounty I've been working my ass off for. And he can come back and give you the confirmation that he has been put away for good. Will that work?
Give me a persuasion check.
La la. 27.
That seems fair enough. We don't necessarily need to be the executioners here. You prove to the soldier we send with you that the deed is taken care of, and that we're assured that justice is done however it needs to be done. Then we're all squared.
Sounds good.
Alright. Give us a day to take care of everything. I would like to speak with all of you midday tomorrow before you take off. I once again
I'll see what
invite
I
you to
can
have
do.
room of the Exalted.
I will relay that to the team. We'll be in touch.
Very well. He starts walking off with one soldier at the side as he immediately just look at the other ones. Just waves the hands off as they unlock the actual engine from the ground and stuff like that. As a couple of them start pointing over at certain ships. As some of the maintenance workers that aren't on duty immediately go there and they start tearing apart the ships to pull out pieces. Find this is a ultimate priority. Shotgun.
I'll go,
Oh,
go ahead.
Shotgun, where are you on the ship? Are you still in the cockpit? What was that?
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, like, as you're sitting there, You start to see like a bit of a glow behind you as you just hear a voice behind you of a female just being like, oh, why so sad? As you see, the AI has been uploaded, and she's kind of in her full form, just like working off of a holo projector right now.
Oh, you're finally up and running.
Yeah, as you can see, it's kind of like staticky. It's as best as I can. Ship definitely needs some work, but I'm at least working at decent capacity.
A lot has happened, I think, since I last spoke to you.
It seems like it. As she just like blinks for a second, she closes her eyes. I'm not familiar with this ship is.
I guess you could say it's a newer model.
I guess I am kind of outdated.
It's pretty simple. I don't think it'll take you long to get used to.
Okay. She kind of like her eyes flicker for a second. Looks like she's just like loading something. So it seems she kind of like looks at you. You're not harmed. As she like looks at you kind of confused, as she's very analytical. She doesn't understand that you're not in pain, so why are you sad?
It's complicated. I'd rather not focus on it right now.
Oh, okay. No worries. I've been... I apologize. I've been trying to learn from organic emotions for some time. I have not really gotten the full... I haven't been able to figure out very well. But if you say you're okay, then... Okay. Well,
I promise I'm not normally this closed off, but there's much going on, and much to do.
Seems... Are we in a junkyard? What's with all the trash ships and wires all over the place?
Another complication.
Oh. You guys really lead complicated lives, apparently.
Unfortunately.
Okay, well...
Tell you what, why don't you, start getting accustomed to the ship? If you have any questions, ask me.
Oh, okay.
I guess I'm the captain now.
Oh, okay. As she like blinks, like, okay, I have removed the other captain from the logs. I'm sorry, I don't know your I don't know your name.
Fucking Diavada.
She like loads like the name in there. As you can see, like there's like different data being sent into the console. Pleasure, Captain Shakin. I am Republic AI Aurora, and it's an honor to be serving with you. As she just like starts blinking her eyes and she starts like staticking, and she like loads herself back up to the ship.
I'm gonna go ahead and close the door again for the cockpit and lock it.
Got it.
And I'm just gonna continue working on the repairs needed in there.
Okay. Anyone else?
Neither.
So I would have made my way, and I would have stopped when I heard Margani talking, or I would have liked to have stopped when I heard Margani talking to the senator and stayed out of sight but within earshot.
Okay.
And then he would be waiting kind of in the shadows in the hallway as I assume Margani's walking back into the Raven's Maw to relay the conversation.
Yep.
A step out of the shadows. So we're a team now, huh? Have a nice chat with your new friend, did you?
You want to find him?
Hey, put the claws away.
I'm
We're
just
on the
asking.
same team. I do.
You're right. And we need those ship's coordinates if we're going to find him.
We also need to work together, and that includes you and Shotgun working together.
We all want to find Corum. As far as I'm concerned, we're on the same page.
Listen, I know in your world, she's a kid. In our world, that's a battle-hardened, scarred soldier, a killer, as much as you or me. Show her some respect so we can make this mission go smoothly and find him and go from there.
So I see she probably talked about me. What's she mad about?
She doesn't think you respect her. That's... She's beneath you. She wants an apology. I know she's a dreamer, but it would help smooth the water, so to speak, as we set off.
She's not beneath me, if that's what she's thinking. But she is a bit of a dreamer. And unfortunately, I don't think she realizes Corum is the person that he is. And that might be hard to come to terms with.
You would be right. But as much as the galaxy has forced many of us to do many things alone, maybe this time she doesn't have to be alone for that hard discovery. But what do I know?
Is she open to talking right now?
Maybe not right now. Let the fire school, so to speak. Although she did mention that she was working on repairs. Perhaps if we also endeavor to do the same, what would that blue fuck say? A team building.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. Repair and tech is not my strong suit. But if you want me to pick some things up around here, I can do that.
I'm going to try my best. It's not my strong suit either. Whatever you can try. I don't know. Maybe...
I do know that I got our ship repairs cut down from 3 days to 1. So we can do what we can in the meantime, so we can get out of here faster than sooner. Or faster than normal.
I don't like having someone we don't know come aboard, however, especially with our cargo and...
Well, I hope I distracted him long enough that he forgot that was part of the deal. Because I didn't really agree to it.
It doesn't strike me as a man who forgets details like that, but hopefully you're right.
Well, I didn't necessarily agree to it either.
Hmm.
We'll see what he wants and where he needs to go, and we can have supervised repairs at most. Trust me.
I'm going...
I don't want to add anything onto this than we already have. I just want to get out, I want to find Corum, I want to figure this shit out. Think we can all agree on that.
I certainly can. I'm gonna see what I can do for repairs. And then, I don't know, I walk off and go find a spot that needs repairs and see what I can do.
Got it. Okay.
Make sure I wave at find a spot where there's a camera pointing to the cockpit.
Corum, just as like, depending on where you want to go with this, do you want to kind of have what's going on now be hidden, or do you want to still do some whatever's going on in your world kind of like that right now?
Oh, I can do my own thing. That's fine.
Okay,
You guys
cool.
don't know if they don't matter.
Okay.
So when I come out of hyperspace, I would like to know.
Okay, so about this time would be about when you get out of hyperspace. Due to the ship being very, very fast in hyperspace, you would be like stopping right out of orbit of Yevon 4. Currently right now, Yevon 4 is very much a almost kind of like a hyperdock kind of like that as far as the destination where a lot of people come to repair the ships or come to get refueled as a planet other than just like staying there and living. But it is not been affected by many wars. It's still one of the few planets that's still lush with life. And you land just right out of orbit of Yevon 4.
Okay. How much can I tell? How many jumps I can make with this hyperdrive?
You can probably assume that you could probably make 3 more without needing any immediate repairs. 2 safely, 3 would be like if in case you had to quick try to get away from somebody. 3 would be like, okay, now you're kind of screwed. 2 would be if you got immediately hunted by somebody who could jump one more time.
All right, I'm gonna start messing with the nav computer.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if I can make it to Tatooine.
Let's see what the distance between. Get old GPS involved with this. Okay. It would take you exactly 2 jumps to get there.
Perfect.
So you just want to just make a straight course and just use 2 fuel slots to get you there? Okay, cool. All right, so you immediately plot a course to Tatooine, and you just leave back out of orbit. You just immediately just go back through. Is there anything else you want to do in the ship? Anything important you want to do in the ship during this process?
No.
Okay.
Normally, I would try to disable the tracking stuff if I could find it.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing the crew and knowing that I'm trying to just run again to keep them from being basically held accountable for what happened here, I'm gonna assume Marg being Marg is probably coming after my ass.
Okay.
And I'm giving her the tools in a roundabout way, I'm assuming, to find me.
Okay. Got it. Follow the...
I will set the autopilot and just kind of check the ship out and see if there's anything cool on here.
Okay. You can get an investigation check on the ship, as it is not too much bigger than yours, but it definitely has a lot more rooms.
$21.
Throughout looking through the ship, you find kind of what you expect from the Senator. You find that there are essentially 2 bedroom suites. One is specifically kind of out in the open. A bedroom that, if there were guests on the ship, this would be the bedroom that he would represent. Behind it is another separate suite for the swinger part of the Senator. That's
That's gross.
Outside of that, there's actually like a lounge area that actually looks like it's actually fully stocked. Plenty of food, drink, and very expensive like wine to be had that's there. There are no weapons or like armor to be found. You maybe found like one simple pistol, but that's pretty much it. Outside of that, you do notice that there is a small, very, very small fortune that's kept in there for emergencies in case he has to leave on the fly. This looks like it's kind of like in case he has to go make deals with somebody on the quick notice. That's what this is.
We'll take that fortune.
It is... So there's two different kind of currency in here. There's 1,200 Republic credits.
Okay, hang on 1 second. 1,200. Okay.
And there's 400 hut credits.
Okay.
Outside of that, there's nothing really interesting on the place. It looks like you can easily do things on the ship that other ships don't do. You can easily get onto like different kind of communication bandwidths to other systems that you're not even in the jumping space with. Whether or not you want to do that or anything like that, looks like you can really connect to any planet, no matter where you are in the system, as long as you're not in the outer rim. By the time you actually get to Tatooine, you might lose any kind of reception to outside planets, but as long as you're still within the main Republic space, it looks like even while you're in hyperspeed, you can actually you can contact any planet. That would.
I'm just gonna kind of monitor the airwaves to see if there's any communications.
Okay.
Trucker style, anything going on, people, talking kind of thing, just to make sure to see if anything's
All
going
right,
on.
give me another investigation check, just to like switching channels and see if there's anything. Not like there's not anything happening, but maybe if you hit at the right point.
I have it on scan mode. 14.
14. After like a couple hours, there's a couple things that do grab your attention. One is it looks like there's a planet, Dagobah specifically, that has just been ransacked by the court, not within the last 2 days, and it looks like specific different groups are trying to give relief to any of the survivors of Dagobah. The other thing that you notice is a news on the current events in Coruscant. And it's currently talking about like very political kind of stuff like that. And the current thing that grabbed your attention is there going to be an army that's going to be assembled to actually fight the court? And it is currently like kind of like at a 50-50 vote of no specific way of either we hold back and we do not form an army, or we choose to form an army to fight them. And it looks like specifically people that don't want to believe that even if we create an army, it'd be all for naught and we'd be wasting our money for nothing.
Okay.
Other than that, other than speaking to Billy Bob, who's in the similar ship that's crossing past, 10-4 good buddy, nothing really.
Okay. Then I will. All right. Then yeah, I just continue on my happy way to Tatooine.
Fair enough. That will take some time, but we will eventually get back there. All right. So back with the group. Nidak is helping out with repairs. Margani and Shakin. Whoever wants to go.
What time is it right now? Probably super late, right?
Yeah, it's pretty late. Due to the fact that you guys haven't got any sleep after the actual event transpired, and a lot of time has passed since then. As far as an actual clock, it's probably really early in the morning, so you guys are close to experiencing exhaustion.
Even though I spent basically the entire day in the bacta tank, I assume I'm probably still pretty worn out and tired. I'm going to make it quick dash to my room to grab more of like the feeding packets, a blanket, just stuff like that, and then I'm gonna scurry back to the cockpit and lock myself back in there.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kind of curl up in my seat and attempt to sleep.
Okay.
I picked up a few things around the ship because I do want to be helpful, but honestly, me touching technology is probably not the smartest idea right now. So I'll do that, and then I will go take a long rest because I have not slept in a very fucking long time.
Okay. Nidak, while you're helping out repairs to the ship, you do notice that they constantly switch out staff, and you start to notice yourself that's like, I could keep helping, but you are getting exhausted yourself.
He goes to his room and passes out.
Okay. All right. Unless anybody wants to do anything different, all four of you can hit the long rest button, assuming the Corin would also sleep during his travels.
In his 3 hours, that's all he needs.
Joe, based off of what we talked about previously, do I need to make a certain roll?
In this specific instance, yeah. So, give me an insight check.
That's a 12.
12. Okay. Sleep comes difficultly to you. Turning, tossing. Eventually, after so many hours, you close your eyes. But every time, even for a second, you don't even fall asleep quite yet. You kind of get like a flash of red light underneath your eyelids. You don't know what it is, as you just hear just like electricity in your eyes, just like, and then you eventually fall asleep. It's a dream that does not become very vivid, but at first you assume that you are in some kind of battle, but you've never experienced this battle before. And then you see sabers of crimson more than sabers of sapphire and emerald. But blood, gore, nothing is too vivid for you. Not enough to really see it. The lightsabers are so close to you that you cannot see past what they're doing. But when you eventually wake up, you would wake up from a very exhausted rest of sorts, if that makes sense at all. And with a dream that makes little to no sense to you.
Okay.
But you all do get your long rest. For Nidak, give me a wisdom check. Due to the dream shock in, give me a wisdom check with disadvantage.
Me?
Yeah. This would be when you guys are waking up.
9.
9.
21.
Okay. After waking up, Shotgun, give or take 5-10 minutes, as you try to reacclimate yourself from a very, very hard, difficult, uncomfortable sleep, without being around other full-fledged Jedi, you've been a bit, let's say, off balance whether or not you've noticed it. Kind of like that phantom feeling that you didn't know is gone until you feel it back. And you start to feel a presence of a very powerful Jedi nearby. Maybe not even a Jedi, but just someone who's just really powerful with that side of the Force. They are somewhere close, but not so close that they're like right by the ship. Probably somewhere in the hangar bay. At this point, due to it being about midday, All of you hear a gentle knock on the hangar bay door, on the actual ramp door.
I'll go answer it.
Okay.
If no one else gets there first.
Gotcha. As you answer it, you are first greeted to Alice, one of the 3 soldiers that have been running with Exalted for some time, as she is currently wearing her very extravagant armor. As you see someone standing behind her. At first glance, you're not able to get a good read on this person. Male, long brown hair, and looks like he is wearing kind of like a short noble's outfit. And she just looks. Good day. I hope Alice mentions that. Good day. I hope I did not intrude on anybody's sleep. I know time can get lost in space.
No, you're alright.
If it is at all possible, the center would gladly love the company of the crew, if y'all can make it. Otherwise, not all of you are available.
One of us might be still indisposed from their recent injuries, but I can go and ask.
We will be waiting out here for when you have an answer.
Alright.
As she just starts walking
Appreciate
back,
it.
as you just see the gentleman just kind of like bow in front of you, he's not seeing anything, and just turns around and follows her.
Have I seen this guy before?
No.
Okay. Can I insight check him to like...
Sure.
I just want to know if this is who they're sending with us, or if this is a Force user, or somebody that may seem skeptical. That's the general vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. Okay. La la la. 25.
25.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know who the necessary sent with you. The assumption to believe that this male is a Force user is not... is very correct. You believe that with his certain garb and his posture that he is a Jedi of some kind. But outside of that, you can't really get a read if he's necessarily the one going with you, or if he's just supposed to be just a Force user that was originally intended to be the one that was supposed to go over all the specific murder notes before it was determined that Corum was the original person. But nonetheless, he is there. It looks like he's not intentionally trying to avoid you. It just looks like he doesn't find it as his place to talk right now.
Okay. I just want to get a vibe check on him.
Sure.
Alright, I will close the ramp door. I'll go bug Nidak first.
Okay.
Knock knock.
Who is it?
It's your favorite orange bitch. Open up.
Oh, so early for these. They'll like force open the door. Come in.
Okay. Walking in this room. I wasn't expecting that. We're being summoned by the Senate. I'm assuming it's some brief of some sort. Getting whatever information we can, and hopefully getting the news that our repairs are done so we can get the hell out of here.
Does he want to talk to all of us?
He would. However, I don't really want to leave our ship unattended. I'm not sure quite how Shotgun would feel about talking to the guy that wants Corum dead right now.
A valid point.
So, we can go bother her and ask? But, don't know how friendly my face will be. Still.
I'd as well start trying to build bridges now. Let's go. Make their way to the cockpit.
Okay.
I'll follow Nidak.
Or no, you're in the cockpit, right? Shocking, that's where you passed out.
Yeah.
Bang on the door when we get there. Little Knight, wake up!
I'm already awake.
Yeah, you sounded.
What is it?
Our gracious host, the Senator, has decided that he would like to speak with us all again. Of course, his favorite Margani has been invited, as have both of us. He, however, brings up a good point. We probably shouldn't leave our ship unprotected, but if you want to go in my stead, I would be willing to stay with the ship, but it's your choice. He's gonna nudge I'm gonna nudge Margani. Say you'd be happy to have her go with you. Say fucking something.
If he would like to come to see the senator, I'm sure he would like to meet you. And we can get information on where Coram is, so we can find him faster.
Guess it's nice to know that you're finally including me in plans. Nidak, you can either stay here or come with us. I can always have Nora watch the ship.
I just don't trust that they're not going to have somebody come snooping if they know we're all there.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. I have an idea. Don't worry, we'll all go. Shakin, perhaps you're right. Nora can protect the ship. And perhaps we should have a little talk with the younglings so they understand the importance of not letting anyone on the ship know, and the dire consequences they should express to those who try to do so. Would that satisfy your security concerns, Margani?
I would just rather not add more problems to the plate. That's all. The sooner we can find Coram, the sooner we can figure all this out.
Well, with that being said, you know what? The Senator would probably appreciate two lovely faces such as yours much more than this ugly mug. I will stay with the ship. Just don't kill each other, please.
I look at Nidak like, please God.
He sees it and totally ignores it. And moves to the cockpit and sit down in a chair and crack open a beer. Enjoy your chit chat.
Shotgun will kind of tidy myself up. However, I am gonna pause. Aurora!
Yes, as she just randomly just summons herself out of the nearest projector.
Are you able to...
As she is currently like standing like as what she resembles as a normal size is like 5'8".
Damn, she's taller than I am. Right. This is Aurora.
Greetings.
I rescued her on the Javan too.
As I humbly appreciate your rescue.
I should have listened to your warning.
Oh, as long as you're safe.
safe is a relative term in this galaxy. Anyways, it seems I will be departing from the ship for a little bit. This is Nidek. He will be staying with you. If anything comes up with the ship, let him know.
Will do. Greetings. I'm Aurora. Nice to meet you, Nidek.
Oh, and this is Margoni.
Greetings. Ragani.
Charmed.
I'm Aurora. Charmed.
Alright. Let's go. Don't kill any of the
Alright.
younglings.
As long as they behave, no problems.
They're children. Let them be children.
If only all of us got that luxury. Fine.
I guess I will head out.
Okay. As you head out, you see, without helmet but fully armored Alice, along with what looks like kind of like gray robes with kind of like a blue drape over them as like an accent color, and like a hood hanging off the back. As you see this, what looks like a Jedi style, just sitting there. As Alice just looks at you. Just you two?
Yes.
Alright, well, follow me. We'll head back over to the Senator. As she just looks over at the Jedi and just gestures, and he just starts leading on in front of her.
I'll quietly follow.
Okay. As you guys eventually make your way through, instead of actually going to the club this time, you actually head further down. Until you eventually get to what looks like specific, like if there was like an administration hall, like this would be it. And there's only a few rooms, and there's like one large room that you enter into that looks like almost like a meeting room. And you see him sitting there along with a couple others as he immediately stands up. Greetings. Please, sit. Food. Enjoy. As there's different fruits and eats that are all scattered all over the table for you just to pick and eat from, as like a simple buffet of like choosing your foods.
Hell yeah, I make a plate.
We've been told that your ship is almost complete. Only a few minor adjustments need to be had. As to our part of the deal, we decided to take it upon ourselves to do some research, and we believe the spot where your friend has gone to, at least recently, was Yavin 4. You might want to do your research starting there. We have a few choices as how you proceed. Alice?
Alright.
As Alice speaks up. I have offered myself to go with y'all. If that is alright. I believe that compared to most of the other soldiers that would take it too personally to take him down, I have no personal stake in this as far as your friend. And I will not have any kind of stake in, well, do anything unsavory.
Alright.
I look at Margani. And what deal are we talking about?
We are going to find Corin.
Details
And that
now.
Forgive me, Senator. I haven't updated the entire group as we were busy doing repairs yesterday, and all needed a bit of rest. We'll go ahead and cover over the rest that we need, and I will inform the rest of the group privately.
I am the captain of the Ravensmaw. I will not be agreeing to any deals unless I know all the details.
All right. I sit back and cross my arms. Senator, what else have you gotten?
As he just like looks over at the Jedi, as the Jedi just speaks up. Well, gotta work off of that. All right. Well, first off, he just kind of puts up his hand kind of awkwardly. I am Jaden Vosk. I am the only, as far as I know, other than you and I'm assuming your other crewmates, the only force wielder on that ship. I have put myself at the Senator's, well, call whenever he requires someone to have a little bit more insight on a situation. Originally, I was assigned to go with you, but seems like Alice decided to take upon herself to want to do that herself. The only thing I have to ask is I have noticed that there are a large amount of force wielders on your ship. Not quite powerful, but quite a few. Are you holding Padawans with you?
I'll let the captain of the ship answer that.
I rescued them from the Typhon.
Oh. Well, that's quite, well, very good on you. I'm quite glad that you survived the ordeal that has transpired, and not only that, but rescued the young ones as well. You must be well trained.
I did my time in the war.
The war. I have seen many lose both in death and causes beyond due to that day in war. But nonetheless, do you really think, and I mean no offense by this at all, I do not understand your skill level, nor do I want to judge based on what you have or have not for skill level. But even if I was piloting a ship with the best crew, would you find it prudent to have them with you on such a mission?
The Padawans will go where I deem it is safest for them. Respectfully, Master. Right now, that is in my care on my ship.
As he looks back over to the rest of the group, then I suggest a trip to Tython would be prudent first. The children are young. They've been away from their training too long. I understand the need to find this quorum, but
Are you aware of what happened on Typhon?
I am quite aware of many things. But if you're referring to a very specific act, maybe I am not as insightful as I might give myself credit for.
The court attacked. Many Jedi were slain.
I apologize. I did not know it was so. He just kind of puts his head down and.
Respectfully, time is of the essence to locate quorum. And if the captain of our ship feels that the Padawans are safest with us, and we have the means and the time to go retrieve quorum, wouldn't that be smartest? Perhaps they can help.
just looks back over at the rest of the group. I can only give my suggestions and recommendations. It is up to the Senator to decide. Nonetheless...
Can I insight check this Jedi really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Insight checking all these bitches.
Do I pick up anything with my passive?
You assume that he is very concerned about them. More or less just to make sure that, depending on where you guys go, that they don't get any crossfire taken. They're too young to be in a war, and he does not want them to be brought into it, whether on purpose or by accident.
Yeah, it's a 19 on insight for me.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure he's not.
He has
scheming.
no personal gain in this. He just believes that it doesn't matter how skilled any of you are or not. He just personally believes that it is not a youngling's place and a Padawan's place without their master to be in a situation. And he is just trying to
Fair.
remove a possible bad effect that could happen in a situation. Remove any kind of collateral damage that might come their way.
Fair enough.
But he steps back, as you can assume that he does not have the title to speak over the senator. As the senator just... Well, as I was mentioning to Morgana yesterday, with the fact that Corum has laid claim to the murder and has stolen my vessel and laid damage to, well, made it quite difficult for us to take any ship out of the hangar, leaving us at quite a difficult situation. We've made a deal to have your crew, have your ship, find your friend. Instead of us doing it ourselves, have you go find him. Your friend, Margani, has persuaded me to allow you all to take him to where the bounty deems that he needs to be brought to. Alice would go with you to make sure that not only is this complete, but that you can prove that the job is done, so you don't have to bring him back here afterwards, making it much more difficult for the process. You all collect a bounty that Margani was originally supposed to collect. V gets the justice that needs to be done, and no middleman has to be taken place. Alice will be there to help you, and if you don't want her help, she is there to watch. She's not there to hinder you by any means. We have provided the repairs that we already originally promised, but with the damage to the hangar bay itself and to the rush to make sure the job was done in a day's time, we have hollowed out many other ships to make sure that your hyperdrive, shields, weapon systems, and hull are fully repaired and a little bit upgraded. The only thing is, as I mentioned once before, and I apologize, young Jedi, you were not present for this. We understand that you had an injury, but we do not do contract work here. People of the Exalted provide helping hands when necessary, and this is no different. You don't have to stay with us, but we would like to ask for your assistance when necessary after this is done, if required, whether you stay with us at the Exalted or not. The bounty obviously becomes yours. We take no profit out of it. And there is no timestamp on this. But remember, Alice will be with you, and her time is very important.
Truly. So it's been quite a bit now. Do you have an update on when those repairs will be ready? We can get out of here and hopefully track him as soon as possible.
They should be done momentarily. If I was
Alright.
told correctly by the dockmaster, they are immediately configuring the ship from the exterior. The rest of it is up to all of you. Dealing with any kind of configurations to be done inside the actual ship itself. and any kind of maintenance that you need to take care of that would suit your own preferences. Outside of that, shields are operational, hyperdrive is functional, hull is repaired, and weapon systems are back online.
Well, seems we're about ready to go. We have Nidak currently still working on things inside, but Chalkin here is way more expertise with things internally, so as soon as we can get those up and going, we will be out of here. Alice, do you think you can meet us at our ship in an hour or two?
I'll see you there. As she just kind of picks up her helmet and she starts walking off, looking like she's gonna maybe go get her different weapons and maybe different additions to her armor.
What exactly are your intentions with Corum?
Are you talking to the senator?
Who are you asking?
Whoever will answer.
Who do you look at when you say this?
For now, the senator.
Senator. He responds, "My intentions are just for justice to be had. We expect no death, no physical punishment. We understand that there is a bounty on his head, and we will allow the bounty to be done in the way that is intended, and that is the justice that we will take compared to him being brought here for our own version of justice. I have no idea if the bounty is more severe than what we would do or less, but we believe this is a win-win between us and your friend as far as completing a job that she would have already had to need to complete."
The bounty was my own contract, not the team's. But we will see it done.
And yet you are on my crew. That is not my business.
You're right. Maybe we should go back to the ship and discuss more specifics amongst each other. And not let the senator have to deal with it.
Right. However, any further decisions regarding my ship will go through me. No
Well,
more
you're here,
deals.
aren't you? Senator, is there anything else?
There is nothing else. As long as there is nothing else that you have for me, and that you'll be leaving as soon as you have Alice ready, we will send you with whatever extra information we're able to gain within the next hour, and then you'll be off with Alice.
Sounds great. Push back from my chair.
Okay.
You ready, Shockin?
Am I?
Are you?
If you need me, I will be on my ship. Nothing else gets run without me. I will stand and begin walking.
I'll follow her out.
Okay.
And due to eavesdropping ears everywhere, I will not say a single thing till we get back to the ship and shut the door.
Okay. Alright. You guys make your way back to the ship.
Once the door is shut, I go, "Do you want to find Corum?"
Not if that puts him in unnecessary danger.
Not every deal is made through honesty and integrity, Shockin.
And yet you still made one without informing me of anything!
Did you want the coordinates of what planet he's on?
I have my own ways. Not that you would have asked.
Well, you kind of shut me out and locked the door, so I couldn't really ask.
Because you were treating me so well.
All I said was that he left you. Was that too hard to hear? He's out there. We're here. We found a way to speed up our repairs and get us out of here with his coordinates so we can go find him and meet him face to face and figure out what the hell is going on.
Alright, so either you can turn him in or Alice can, or we have to deal with Alice, or, you know, our ship may just be shot down again with a bunch of Padawans who still need our care.
Alice is gonna be on our ship, not another ship. And second off, has Corm ever told you what he did before he met us? Why he's been running, jumping from planet to planet, stealing things, smuggling things, lying? Has he ever bothered to tell you his truth and what he actually did? Or did he keep you in the dark? Before he left.
I don't need to know all the details to know someone's character. I've seen enough of this galaxy to know that.
Love, I've seen plenty of this galaxy too to know that people will smile to your face with a knife behind their back.
I am
There
a
are
Jedi
things-
Knight of the High Republic. I am a child soldier in this war. Do you think I do not know? Do not lecture me on how to read other people. Not when you can talk shit to my face and then go say something else to Nidak or about Corum. If you want to be on your own so bad, get off my fucking ship! You can do this deal elsewhere. I'll find Corum on my own.
Alright. I can find Corum on my own.
Then you do that. And I walk to
Open
the
there.
cockpit and shut it.
Has Nidak heard anything so far?
Where are you, Nidak?
I'm in the cockpit.
You would have heard it all.
Oh, no. I thought I shooted myself by not going to this down. Whoops.
Well,
You know what? I'm staying in the cockpit.
Smart man.
That sounds way too heated for me to
That is too
put
heavy.
myself in a. That is. You know what? I've seen them both kill some motherfuckers. It's getting too hot. I'm gonna pass on this one, dog.
Take me back to the war. Damn.
Back in the trees.
Mark's gonna pack her shit and leave.
Oh shit. Okay. All right, you're leaving. Where are you going?
I'll go find Alice.
Okay. All right. Okay. So as you start heading into where you assume Alice is, you eventually see like her coming around, and she's got her helmet on, and it's like a little bit outside the hangar bay, and like she's like packing as if she's like going for a war. Like in one hand she's holding like a huge laser chain gun, like in one hand, and the other hand she's got like a bag, and she's like looking, and she's like, "Aren't we leaving?"
We are. Change of plans, love. You got a ship?
Well, it was yours. I mean, I got my own personal one, but yeah.
It wasn't my ship. Seems they want to go in a different direction. Let's go knock this out faster, shall we?
All right. I'm better with smaller groups anyway. As she just kind of like puts the gun over like her actual shoulder like an axe and just starts walking. Follow me. And she starts walking over to a corner where her own private ship is, very similar to the ones that like saved you guys out of the actual one of the larger cruisers. And she just kind of like has like almost kind of like a sort of like the trunk where you can't actually access it from inside the actual like cockpit, but it's a storage spot. She puts her stuff in there and she opens up. Sorry, but it's not super comfortable in here. As she just kind of jumps in and gives you some space to get in yourself, and if you need to put anything, you can just access the back over there.
Are we gonna fit a third person in here if we're trying to retrieve somebody?
We'll figure it out.
Fair enough.
She just starts flipping up some switches and starts on. She immediately closes down the actual visor. You sure you want to do this?
Is there a reason not to?
Yeah, fair enough. As she immediately just communicates over there. Alice, task into ship command. I'm ready to depart. Alice, we registered you on a different vessel, the Raven's Maw. Yeah, I changed the plans. I'm heading off with one of the crew on my own. I'll be back whenever you see me. Alright, be safe. You see, like, her starting to lift up, and as, like, some of the guards with the ray shield kind of goes down, she immediately flies through it. And then she starts putting in coordinates for Yevon 4, and then you immediately, someone that just has, like, a ring go out there, as you guys immediately just hyper drive right through.
I took my stash, by the way. Sorry, Nadak.
I'll get it back.
Off to
Even though
Cornwall. Let's go.
Even though I set out that heated exchange and heard everything, before Jacqueline gets back into the cockpit, Aurora?
Immediately just summons her in front of you. Yeah?
That ship that's leaving, can you track it and keep tabs on it?
1 second, as she just like flickering her eyes as she starts going static. Yeah, as long as they don't go through hyperdrive. I can figure out where they're going, but we'll have to follow. Like,
Calculate
now.
where they're going. I will confer with the captain and let you know soon.
Okay.
Let us know when you have the results.
Okay. Well, I can't do it from here. We need to at least start to, well, get out of this junkyard of a mess. I mean, I can assume the direction you're going, but outside of that, it's hypotheticals and mathematical equations that I have to go through to get there. Can we just go and start heading that direction?
That is a good question. Let's find out. Captain Shotgun, if you're done having a yelling match, I could use you up here.
As, like, Shotgun just Aurora comes over to you. I apologize, but if you'd be so kind and to join us over by your friend, he has a question for you. And then she just summons himself back over to Nadak.
I will just sit down in my seat and proceed.
If we want to use Margani and now I assume Alice, and she is, or whoever the chaperone is they were sending with us, we have to follow now. Unless you have a better way of finding quorum, but at this point, that's all I got.
It's at least a start, but I do have a better idea once we get going.
Now, we
Attention
come
crew
to
of the Raven's Maw. This is Captain Shotgun Diavada.
We
are
have you,
preparing
Captain
to
Shotgun.
launch.
All right. Well.
Oh, I'm talking to the Padawans in the
Oh,
back.
the Padawans. I thought you were talking to the.
No, I
She's
don't
on the
fucking
PA.
care.
Oh. Okay.
Nope. Just to the Padawans.
Okay.
Please get situated for departure. Thank you. Let's go. And I just begin doing what I need to do.
Okay. As you start going through, give me a piloting check.
Ooh. Oh no, that's only a 6.
Okay. As you start to have a little bit of troubles with controls, maybe not used to such a large ship and you're more maybe used to fighters or something that's just a different style altogether, maybe it's a more complex control panel. You just weren't ready for it as you start flying up, and you like start to raise up the nose where you plan to kind of even it out, and you're kind of like flipping the back, like fishtailing it across the place as you start like knocking over some of the ships and flip them over and stuff like that. As you
I'm flying one-handed. Sorry.
As you start to get a message in, Ravensmaw, are you all right?
I don't even answer.
Okay.
Hey, Nida, can you press that button?
This.
Yes, that one.
What button
Thank
is
God,
it?
Sarah isn't here. Lucy is driving.
Windshield wipers start going.
Our 4 ways are on.
Poor ship.
You immediately blind someone with high beams. Ah!
They crash into the side of the ship because they were trying to land and we blinded them.
Okay.
Well, all those repairs we had done with Ravensmaw are completely undone.
Okay. So you don't answer. You start flipping buttons, twisting knobs, playing the switches. Okay.
I'm gonna just make it work until I can actually get this thing out of the hangar and going.
Okay. You start to like, it's a little bit off balance, but you kind of get like, all right, slow and steady as you start going. As you're about to pass the ray shield, all of a sudden you start to get like an alert on the ship as immediately, good thing you're not going fast, is immediately the ray shield is like a wall to you. As you get another message, Ravensmaw, can you return message please? Ravensmaw?
Sorry, one-handed flying makes it a little difficult to respond. We are fine. Just, again, one-handed driving.
Okay, I'm assuming you're all set to head out?
Yes.
Okay, releasing safeties for the ray shield, and you may now proceed.
Just book it out of there.
Okay. Alright, fair enough. As you immediately start taking off, you immediately, like, Nidak can just get pulled back as you just, like, all of a sudden, like the back kind of, like, drops and starts dragging until you finally get out into space. And you don't, without any walls or floors or anything like that, it's easy. You know, like, it's easy if you don't have anything in your way. And, as you get, Aurora responds. Alright, so as she starts, like, plotting a course, I believe based off the information, they're still heading to Yevon 4, so I have plotted a course for you, Captain.
Proceed.
Okay, immediately the trigger starts going, and then you guys start seeing the waves come by as you immediately just fly through. With that, because it's a good place to stop, I'm going to stop it there. I would have it go
Joe's like,
longer,
I
but
didn't
that's a
plan
good
for this to
yeah,
happen,
I do
so,
not have answers
We
for
gotta
this
get
shit.
off the roller coaster. Oh, I want to go around one more
I have
time.
3 fucking different people I got. There's 3 groups now they gotta take care of. God damn it.
He's like, it's fine. This isn't stressful.
I'm just hanging out on my party ship.
He's got the rave lights going.
You're
overhead.
right.
Just
Like a
counting
random
his new
ship just
money.
comes by and just like starts like going parallel. All you see are rave lights coming out of all just fucking flashes.
Torch in the
coming out.
front.
He's playing.
I imagine that one scene from Ragnarok
Yeah, I saw it.
with
Yeah.
the party ship.
It's my birthday.
Meanwhile, I'm strapped into seat watching this ship go through like it's a drunk driver on New Year's Eve. One car, one car, one car. 12-point turn out of the hangar. Hit every ship from there.
All right.
Oh,
Everybody,
boy.
thank you for joining the stream. We will have another one in 2 weeks. Otherwise, check in tomorrow's session for Echoes of Bahamut. And do not forget that next week, Thursday, for anybody who's in Rock County area, southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, we'll be having a live one-shot session for some of the people in the Nerdy Playbook. Check us out over at 5 Bar. That being said, everybody have a
What
fantastic...
Wisconsin?
In Wisconsin. Everybody have a fantastic night, and we will see you tomorrow.